صباح الخير جميعا. بنبدأ بأول لقاء and we'll start in English the interview with Dana البلوشي who is a 13-year-old Emirati woman, author and inventor who is passionate about space women's issue and being a role model for young girls. At the age of 9, she was the youngest Emirati to undergoing training course at NASA, receiving a certificate in space engineering. Dana, to whom you dedicate your book?
I dedicate this book to Her Highness. I dedicate this book to Her Highness Sheikha Fatima bint Mubarak, Mother of the Nation, for empowering and encouraging girls like me to pursue our dreams.
Who inspired you to write this book?
So, writing has always been a passion of mine. I remember when I was younger, I used to always write stories, short stories, and things like that in my free time, and it was a hobby, and I've just always been very passionate towards literacy.
Out of 13 personality in your book, who is your favorite one?
I honestly can't choose a favorite because all of their stories are so inspiring and motivational, and they're all my favorites. And I'm so in love with each and every one of their stories. It's actually, like, all of them are very beautiful, and they're all my favorite.
And may I know how long did it take you to write this book?
The whole process took about 2 years, I'd say. And but I have to say I'm very thankful that it's been a very smooth and easy process, because with the support from my family, they've stood by my side through the whole time, and they've helped me through everything.
Can you go through through your book, and can you read us your favorite chapter or your favorite page?
So I'm going to read the chapter about the fighter pilot Mariam al-Mansouri. I was 8 years old when, in September 2014, the UAE's first female jet fighter pilot, Major Mariam al-Mansouri, led a military mission so important it was reported on the local as well as international news. I can still remember the words they said. She is a fully qualified, highly trained, combat-ready pilot, and she led the mission. Can you imagine how that felt for a girl who dreams of a future in space travel? I can't think of a better demonstration that Arab women can do anything. Major Mariam al-Mansouri is the woman who showed me there is nothing we can't achieve if we set our mind to it, and her mind was set on becoming a pilot in the UAE Armed Forces. This was her dream from a very young age. There was just one problem at the time. Women weren't allowed to fly military planes. So she waited, and while she waited, she studied hard. She left school with a 93% average and went straight to university, where her goal remained the same. When she graduated, they told her once again that women couldn't be fighter pilots, so she waited some more. This time, while she waited, she joined the military, taking a job in general command to be close to the action. Major Mariam al-Mansouri is the woman who showed me there is nothing we can't achieve if we set our mind to it. In the end, she said she had to wait almost 10 years, but her patience was rewarded. When the academy finally opened its doors to female recruits, Mariam was one of the first women through them. She received no special treatment, and there was no difference in her training of her assignments because she was a woman. She was expected to display the same levels of expertise and combat readiness as any man, so she did, and she became the UAE's first female Air Force pilot. Asked how she handled the competition with her male classmates, Mariam said she never saw them as a competition. Instead of worrying about their progress, she worried about her own, because she was confident that competing with herself was the best way to improve her own skills. Rather than seeing her classmates as the enemy, she saw them as colleagues, whose support and encouragement helped her to succeed. Interestingly, it seems Western pilots were the most surprised by Mariam's role as mission leader. I love this remark from the UAE's ambassador to the USA. Funny story is, the US tanker pilots called in for air refueling and asked for the UAE mission. And when they heard a female voice on the other side, they actually paused for about 20 seconds, radio silence. Mariam has done more than anyone else to change the world's perceptions of women in this region, and she has done it through patience, determination, and an unshakable self-belief. She overcame prejudice simply by proving herself to be just as determined, just as knowledgeable, and just as skillful as the men in her field. Mariam al-Mansouri's achievements may have shocked some people into silence, but they made me cheer. She's living, jet-fighting proof that childhood dreams really can come true.
That's very good. There is a question. Are you planning to write another book?
I really do enjoy writing. So, of course, I'd love to write another book, but as of now, I'm not sure what's going to happen, like what the next step is. But I'd love to write another book.
Are you planning to take a book writing as a profession?
I'd say that I am a bit too young to really know what I'm going to do in the future, but it's definitely a possibility because it's one of my favorite hobbies, and I just love writing so much. And reading and writing, it's like a part of me, and it's just something I'd say that I'm good at, and I'll definitely take it into consideration.
Who supported you while writing your book?
Hold on.
Last speech.
Okay. I am sincerely thankful to everyone who inspires me and believes in me as I continue to chase my dreams. My respect and thanks to my parents for always loving me and encouraging me to reach for the stars, and for giving me the opportunity to pursue my interests. Everything that I have achieved, including this book, wouldn't have been possible without their constant help and support. I am eternally grateful to the exceptional leaders of my country, the United Arab Emirates, who have always given me their unwavering support to be the best in my field, and especially to His Highness Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior of the UAE. My thanks also to my wonderful teachers at my school, James Wellington International School, for watching over me and providing me with the tools to learn and implement my knowledge in various different platforms. I want to extend my thanks to the children's book author, Rachel Hamilton, for helping me turn my thoughts into words, and for guiding me while writing this book. I would like to also thank the 14 artists, all amazing women from the Arab world, who worked with me to illustrate the inspiring women featured in this book. Their names can be found on their individual artworks. Last but not least, I want to thank my publishers, Motivate Media Group, especially Mr. Ian Fairservice, for his commitment to telling inspiring stories from the region. I also thank the Motivate team that worked with me for producing this book, as well as Dino Varki and Jumps Education for sponsoring it.
Thank you, Maryam. It was nice to see you and talk to you. Thanks for your parents and your brother Adib. This is the end of our conversation, and there is Maryam's book outside. Who want to sign the book or? Huh? Okay. The other part is for the audience who want to ask question to Dana. عادي تقدرون تسألون بالعربي. Okay.
أول شيء شكراً دانا عشان هالكتاب. شكراً كثير على هالكتاب. أنا كنت مرة بالمعرض وشفت كتاب Rebel Girls، ما بعرف إذا بتعرفي. طلعت الكتاب دمعت عيني لأنه قلت بدنا كتاب عن نساء عرب. دقيقتين مروا وشفت كتابك وإجت. فعن جد بشكرك على هالكتاب، وحبيت أسألك إنه أنتي من وين إجت فكرة الكتاب؟ يعني إيش اللي دفعك إنك تعملي هالكتاب؟
Um, so I've always, as I said before, I've always been passionate towards writing, and one day I showed one of my stories that I wrote to my dad, and he was like, Dana, you're actually really, really good at writing. You know, you should really consider this as like, you should like consider to make this a job, or you know, consider maybe writing a book or something. And then ever since he said that, it's been on my mind. And then I remember coming from school one day and telling him, I was like, Baba, I want to write a book. And he's helped me. I'm very thankful for him because he's helped me through the whole process, and he's been right by my side. And yeah, so if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have a book, I guess.
الله يبارك.
If you didn't have this book, what other book would you write?
That's a hard question. I'm not sure, but maybe something that interests me, or maybe something about like space or something, because I'm like space and astronomy intrigues me, so possibly space. I'm not sure though.
أنا سؤالي بيتكلم يعني أنت بنت في عمرنا، مين اللي شجعك إنك تكتبي كتاب وإن حد يقف وراكي فيعني تخلي يعني كتابك مشهور والناس يعني تطلع تعمل معاكي لقاءات يعني أكيد يعني of course يعني أهلك هم اللي وقفوا معاكي، بس يعني حسيت إن ممكن تلاقي انتقادات فيعني أنت تغلبتي على الانتقادات اللي وصلتك؟
Obviously, there are a lot of people on my social media that are always like messaging me and commenting things like, are you insane? Like, you're 13 years old. How could you possibly write a book? How could you possibly be training with NASA? How could you possibly be doing this and that? And just ignore them, because in the end, you're only doing what they aren't doing. So just as long as, you know, you just do you, and just like, there are always going to be people around you that are going to be like leaving negative comments, but just ignore them, because as long as you're happy, nothing else matters.
Any other question?
أهلا وسهلا فيك دانا. I want to ask you, do you read books about astronomy a lot, or just novels, or this is the thing, because I heard that you are going to be an astronomer, or it's your passion, astronomy. So what's your next step towards this, towards astronomy?
I'm possibly going to go to America soon to continue with my astronaut training. And I'm not really sure what the next step is, but whatever it is, I'm ready, I guess. And yeah. And I do read books about astronomy. And I always go on my laptop, and like when I'm at home, I go on my laptop and I search things. And because like with NASA, it's like they find things every day in space. So it all like, it's really interesting, because it's like a field where you learn something new every day in. So.
Dana, I'm just so impressed. Mashallah, mashallah. There are people who are really waiting to publish a book or dream of doing so, and it's really impressive that you've already done so. I really like your attitude towards life, and that you're ready to take on whatever comes your way if it makes you happy. It's different. Like for me, I was trying to find the connection between the astronomy side and your training with NASA, as well as your book that you've written. Is there a connection between the two?
I mean, I'm passionate about astronomy and space and things, and I'm also passionate towards reading and literacy and like writing. So maybe that's a connection.
So it's a hobby. It's just something you just love to do.
Things I enjoy.
مرحبا دانا. I feel proud of you. I reached to 62, still I don't write a book. Only I encourage my friend to write and I put my name in the cover. I wish for you good succeed and I feel proud of you and you have 13 women in the book. You said Maryam Mansouri, I know her close. She's supposed to come but she's not in the country. And another, if you forget the high people, which one you feel it's you? Forget Maryam Mansouri, she's fighter. Forget to be your mom or anybody very high. You inside. Which one? Another option. Another woman you like? She's influencing you.
I'd have to say my mother. Because
I told you, I know your mom, I know Sheikha Fatma, I know Maryam Mansouri, we know all these people. It's the icon for all of us. All of us we share, they are the icon for our heart. But I need one, it's your friend. It's like your friend.
I'm not sure because there are just so many women
Because
that
you like the 13 of them. If you like it, for you it's the 13 women, it's your influence. Meaning you like if each woman part of that. Yani one woman she's power fighter, Sheikha Fatma she's the mother of nation, your mom she's your mom, another woman for something, and each woman there is influence in you in something. Which one you think it's? I think the colony wife is there also. I don't know. I don't see the book. I don't saw the book, but when I read about you, you have 13 women. Maybe I will be 14. I don't know. Which one?
like the woman that's influenced me the most.
Yeah. Not most. No. Part of that. We cannot take from everybody everything. We take part of that.
I'm really not sure. Like I don't know. But I do have to say that they're all brilliant and so intelligent and just very like strong and determined women, and I aspire to be like them one day.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you very much. Very clever answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for listening and joining us. Dana has her books outside our place, so anybody wants to have her book and taking her signature. Thank you very much.
Thank you.